Welcome to another episode of Remitbee Expert. Today we have a very special guest. We have Shazome Eze from the Roadside Investor. Now, Shazome founded the Roadside Investor. She's completely self-taught, but has amassed over 30,000 followers and students over YouTube and Twitter. She also holds courses and today we're talking about cryptocurrency, but she also teaches people about other forms of investing as well. Welcome, Shazome. How are you today?
Thank you very much. I'm doing fine, Vanita. Thank you.
So, I know. So you're going to be talking about cryptocurrency today. Just a quick intro. I know you have a presentation ready to go, so we can just jump right into it if you want to.
Okay. You've actually done. You've already introduced me well enough. Like you said, I'm the founder of the Roadside Investor, and basically we're just dedicated to educating individuals on anything that speaks directly or indirectly to wealth creation. And we've partnered up with a lot of companies such as Paxful, that's a cryptocurrency company, companies like Luno, just to create education on cryptocurrencies. So that's basically that. If you want to see some of my videos, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Roadside Investor. So I guess I should just go straight to presenting, right, Vanita?
Yeah, for sure. If anyone has questions, feel free to comment and we will answer them as we go through. I know I have a bunch of questions for you. I think it's been a really big year for crypto. Bitcoin and Ethereum are finally household names, which they would have seemed like gibberish a few years ago to a lot of people. So without further ado, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, okay. Thank you once again for having me. So, like she said, we'll be talking about cryptocurrency. I'll just be doing basically an introduction to cryptocurrency, what cryptocurrency is really all about, how cryptocurrency came to be, and the journey so far, basically. So, cryptocurrency is basically a virtual currency, right? And what that means is that you cannot hold cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is 100% digitalized. Um, Unlike our fiat currency, like the dollar, which you can actually hold in your hands, you cannot do so with cryptocurrency. And one of the very popular and most unique feature about cryptocurrency is that it's basically used in a decentralized finance system. And what does that mean? Decentralization here means that there is no third party. Right now, in the centralized finance system, if you want to send some money to your friends or family, you definitely know that you have to send that money through the bank and then it will reflect in that person's bank account. But with decentralized finance system, it's like you're literally handing over the money to that person without any third party. So that's one of the very unique things of cryptocurrency. Difference between cryptocurrency and the traditional fiat that we use in our present day. So next, I'm just going to talk about brief history, because if you're looking to invest in cryptocurrency, it only makes sense to understand how cryptocurrency came about and what's the thought process behind cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency was
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, Shazam, I have a quick question about like decentralization specifically. So as you were saying, like with fiat, that's kind of controlled by the governments, by the mints, etc. So who controls Bitcoin then? I understand it's decentralized, but how does that work? Doesn't someone need to be in charge?
So how cryptocurrency works is that it basically works on blockchain technology. So everything is, like I said before, digitalized. There is no person somewhere controlling who gets money and who doesn't get money. So everything is just based on the blockchain technology. And speaking of blockchain technology, it's actually quite very technical. But usually, what banks do is once a transaction occurs, they go and create it in a ledger, like a transaction of a history of transaction, right? The blockchain technology is like a replica of that ledger. So once I send some cryptocurrency to you, it automatically registers on that ledger, right? And the difference here is that a bank can decide not to store that transaction that just happened between the two persons. But that's very impossible when it comes to decentralized finance. There's transparency, right? And basically honesty. The aim of blockchain technology is to create a trustless financial system where you don't need to trust the technology. You just know that everything there is transparent and sincere. So that's just basically how that works.
So basically, what happens is that there's a lot of different computers that anyone who wants to take part of the Bitcoin network, when a transaction goes through, it's all of these computers check with each other and confirm it. And basically, there isn't no one in charge because the entire network is checking. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. Especially if we're speaking to Bitcoin, we have what we call Bitcoin miners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, these are the people with the systems that you talked about that are steadily um, approving these transactions that occur on the Bitcoin blockchain. So they're also definitely earning from it because for every transaction that their system is able to confirm, they earn Bitcoin from it. And that's literally how Bitcoin is being created till now.
Since the beginning.
Since the
And
beginning, yes.
and and anyone can become a miner like you or me.
Actually, at the moment, I won't say anyone because you actually require very strong computer system. A lot of energy goes into mining Bitcoin. So not anyone like you and me. Although in the past, like maybe 10 years ago, anyone with a random system could have been able to mine Bitcoin. But now that a lot of transactions go on in the Bitcoin blockchain, it gets harder and harder for systems to be able to um, confirm these transactions.
So
So
you said
it
it was.
basically a lot of money, or a lot of energy and
Mhm.
computer energy goes into mining this Bitcoin.
So since a lot of energy is being used to power the network, what kind of environmental re- environmental issues could sort of arise from Bitcoin then if this is taking up so much power? Is there an effect on
Yeah,
that?
yes. Actually, there has been information going around that because due to production of these cryptocurrencies, right, that it leads to emission of carbon monoxide, especially for cryptocurrencies like Ethereum. So there has actually been um, um, issues around that. There has actually been issues around that, definitely.
I see. I guess it's one of the problems that a lot of these different blockchain companies are looking to solve is creating a more environmentally friendly
Yes, definitely.
cryptocurrency. Anyways, let's jump back into your presentation. Sorry, I got a little bit
Okay.
distracted there.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So I was just going to give a brief history. I'll Bitcoin was basically created in 2009. That's about 10 years, over 10 years ago, by a person or a group of people known as Satoshi Nakamoto. I say a person or a group of people because till today nobody knows the identity of this person or this group of people. And the aim of creating, by the way, Bitcoin is actually the first cryptocurrency to be ever created, and that was what they created um, in in the year 2009. And the aim of the creation was to just create a new way of payment that could be used internationally, right? Um, and in a decentralized way without having financial institutions behind it. There's actually one major issue that cryptocurrency looks to solve, and that's actually cross-border transactions, because we understand that when you want to send some money to people in another country, a lot of fees go into trying to send that money, and it can also take a period of time before the person receives the money at the other end. But with cryptocurrency, if I have your wallet address, I can send you some cryptocurrency right now, and it won't take that much time. So that's one of these are the aims that Satoshi Nakamoto aimed to achieve when creating Bitcoin. So in the next slide here, I'm just going to be listing out a few use cases, because um, any cryptocurrency basically has a use case, and even many of the valuable coins that we have now have unique use cases. So for Bitcoin, like we've been talking about since the beginning of this presentation, Bitcoin was designed to allow users to send and receive payments. So basically, a medium of exchange and a store of value, just like our fiat currency, right? Basically, Bitcoin was made to to replace the fiat currency, and that's what makes it very valuable. That's the most popular use case of Bitcoin. But then we have other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, right? And one of the major or the unique use cases of Ethereum is that it allows its users to build applications that run on the blockchain, like software runs on a computer. So basically, what the Ethereum blockchain does is we have what we call decentralized finance projects as DeFi projects. And these projects are created by people who are trying to solve financial solutions in a decentralized way. So meaning that let's say what we have in a traditional way right now, that we have companies that loan out money to people. So imagine a DeFi project, right, that does that in the decentralized space, where you can actually loan cryptocurrency from from a platform and get to pay back in an agreed period of time, right? So Ethereum allows people like that that have solutions that they want to um, solve, right? Ethereum provides a blockchain where they can build where they can build on, right? That's basically one of the major use cases of Ethereum. That's why a lot, if you do some research, you'll find out that a lot of DeFi projects are built on the Ethereum blockchain, and that's what makes Ethereum blockchain very, very valuable.
So there's
Another,
a
yeah,
sorry. So
yeah.
there's a lot of other cryptocurrencies that are actually built on the Ethereum blockchain. That's correct.
Um, yes, and those cryptocurrencies are called tokens.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So another use case here, or another cryptocurrency here, would be the BNB. Anyone who is familiar with Binance would definitely know about the BNB, and one would say that they are in direct competition with Ethereum, because they are also trying to get as much people to use their um, smart chain and create DeFi projects, build DeFi projects on their smart chain. So they are basically in direct competition with Ethereum, and that's one of the things that make the BNB cryptocurrency very valuable as well. Personally, I like to see BNB as the stock of the Binance company, but that's just a personal view, right? Then we have another use case. This is the last but not the least, and that's Uniswap. I added this so I could cover many as much parts of the use cases as I can. Uniswap is basically a decentralized exchange, and I'm going to be talking about centralized and decentralized exchange later on in the presentation. And of course, Uniswap, um, that's where Uniswap gets its value from the um, number of transactions that go on the exchange. That's what gives its coin um, some value. So, like I said, the next thing we'll be talking about are the types of cryptocurrency exchanges. Just like I mentioned here, that Uniswap is a decentralized exchange, and you're probably asking, um, does that mean there's a centralized exchange? And if there's a centralized exchange, doesn't that mean that doesn't that beat the reason for cryptocurrency anyway? But when decentralized exchange came up initially, there was a major problem that was faced, and that was security issues. So basically, a lot of people were getting scammed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you, a lot of people were getting scammed. Um, um, Projects that were not sincere were being listed on this decentralized exchange, and people would put their money into it and never get it back, right? That was the reason why centralized exchange came about. So these exchanges decided to basically apply or have some sort of KYC process, right? So that they can actually identify with their users just in case of anything. So that's where you centralized exchanges require you to go through a KYC process where you have to input your name, your identification, like a means of ID and the likes, just to make sure that um, you're you're a valid person. I don't know what word to use. Just to reduce the level of security issues that decentralized space exchanges are currently having, right? And then we have hybrid. Hybrids are um, companies that have both centralized and decentralized. A company like Binance has a centralized exchange and also has a decentralized exchange. So that's basically that on types of cryptocurrency exchanges. You seem
So
like you have a question, Benita.
yeah, I have so many questions. I'm full of them. Just for the beginners of crypto, like if they're gonna sign up for an exchange, which they would need to do in order to purchase, not purchase, but trade cryptocurrency, it's completely normal to be asked for a piece of ID, a proof of address, especially if you're in Canada. It's
Yeah,
regulation. It's not scammy, but at the same time, people do need to be aware of companies that aren't real and asking for too much information, right?
yeah.
So, what are some ways that people can kind of other main, like let's say, like international crypto exchanges that are just globally trusted, that you could suggest, perhaps?
Yes, the funny thing is that's where
Perfect.
I was headed to. Yeah, that was exactly where I was headed to, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are platforms like Coinbase, Cash App. Those two are centralized exchanges that are trusted. Actually, Coinbase just got listed on the New York Stock Exchange, so that can give you an insight on the level of what's the word, trust.
Legitimacy,
Yeah,
trust. Yeah.
yeah. So those are some of the trusted cryptocurrency exchanges that you can use, as you can see on my screen. Coinbase, Cash App. Then if you want to go decentralized, Uniswap is also trusted. Then
So,
okay, yeah.
um, another question. So, for people that might be a little bit nervous about getting deep into cryptocurrency in terms of actually using a cryptocurrency exchange, what are your
Mhm.
views on like a Bitcoin or Ethereum ETF instead?
Of the Bitcoin Ethereum ETF.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't have. I feel it's a good thing to have because then especially for those who are kind of risk averse, because there's no gain saying that trading in cryptocurrency right now is actually very risky. So ETFs can be a good way to go for people who are risk averse and looking to not lose as much money as you might lose when you decide to just trade these cryptocurrencies individually. So it's definitely a highly, I would definitely recommend, right? Because you're only trying to diversify your portfolio and reduce the risk of your portfolio.
So if you're not super techy, it might be the way to go then, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But then you also kind of have the management fees and stuff, so you'd be losing that percentage as well in return for that additional security. But definitely an
yes,
interesting option. And yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely an interesting option. So the next thing I'm talking about is investing in cryptocurrencies. And one of the things when I try to explain investing in cryptocurrencies, I try to um, um, look, draw out the similarities between cryptocurrencies and stock market investing. And because there are a lot of similarities to it, the trading mechanisms and some of the things you need to do before you start trading, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things you need to do obviously before trading or investing research, right? And that's similar to stock market investing. You have to research, like for those viewing on us in this webinar right now, this is part of their research. They are trying to know more about how cryptocurrencies work. That's basically researching, watching YouTube videos. Like if you decide to go to my YouTube channel and just watch my cryptocurrency videos, that's all research. There are podcasts that talk about cryptocurrency. Then there is social media as well. The second thing that you have to do if you want to invest in cryptocurrency that is quite similar to the stock market is picking out good coins. If you want to invest in the stock market, you definitely would not go ahead and pick stocks that you don't think have value, right? So the same thing applies to cryptocurrency. And the honest truth is that there are a lot of coins, there are a lot of cryptocurrency in the crypto market, just like there are a lot of stocks in the stock market. So it's very important that you take out time to pick out valuable coins, coins that you understand what their use cases are, right? Because there's some coins we refer to them as shit coins in the DeFi space. Those are basically coins that are of no use. People just pump it and dump it, basically just to buy and sell immediately just to get profit. So those are definitely um, shit coins. Then just like investing in the stock market, especially if you're looking to invest long term, you also have to carry out fundamental analysis when you're trying to invest in cryptocurrencies. And when fundamental analysis here just means taking our time to understand the use cases of these coins, making sure that it's not a shit coin, check out the market cap of this coin, what are people saying about this coin, what's how's the behavior being over since inception, things like that. And we also have technical analysis, which is more favorable to people who are looking to trade on the price history and price movement. So we can see that there's a lot of similarity between the stock and crypto market. And it's just important to note if you're yet to start investing in crypto market and you're already a stock market investor, you can definitely just pick out from this and try to understand the cryptocurrency market better. So I guess this should actually be of help. So what are the things to do before you invest in the crypto market? I said that before, carry out a deep study before you invest in any cryptocurrency, right? And you're already doing that by being on this webinar hosted by Remitbee. That's a good first step. Secondly, do not invest based on hype and noise. The truth is, yes, a lot of people make money based on hype and noise. There's no gainsaying that. But as a new investor in crypto markets, right? there's a higher chance that you are going to lose a lot of money if you decide to invest in the hype and noise. Because a lot of times the hype and noise is so that people can pump and dump. They put in money, and when the coin gets to a higher price, they sell, and then that leaves you with a coin that nobody wants to use, right? And nobody wants that. So um, avoid investing based on hype and noise. Then the third thing is to understand your risk and invest what you're willing to lose. Like you mentioned, the Bitcoin ETH ETF. If you know that you're risk averse, you can definitely go for that option. Understand your risk tolerance before you do that. It's very important to mention that cryptocurrency investing is um, high risk. So if you're going to go into it, you have to know and be prepared that what you're going into is very risky. Especially if you want to be investing in new coins that are just coming up, because it's actually less risky to invest in Bitcoins or Ethereum, these coins that have like gained traction and have stood the test of time, than to invest in coins that just came out yesterday, because you do not know what is going to happen to them next. It's just similar to investing in penny stocks in the stock market, right? They're actually way riskier than investing in companies that have stood the test of time. Then another thing will be diversifying your portfolio by having more than one coin. I think diversification applies to any type of investing you're trying to do anyway. So having maybe a few coins like Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, and the likes, you're able to diversify your coin, your crypto portfolio, and hopefully, if BTC is going up, at least one or two more coins in your portfolio will be making up for the losses you're currently facing in another coin. That's basically what diversification helps you to do. So some of the things to consider before investing, right, is I just mentioned a few good and bad things.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is that with cryptocurrency, there's potentials of having massive returns. And we've actually also seen that in the news. You hear people that have made some money, a lot of money, right? But then I would also like to say that um, it's not everybody that will put in $6 today and get like $500,000 tomorrow, right? A lot of people still have to invest in the long term to be able to get um, a valid rate of returns on their investment. So I would advise that you be patient if you're going into trading cryptocurrency. Like I said, it's also the same thing with going into the stock market. Patience, right? And the good thing about the stock market is that there's liquidity. So if you decide to sell now, you're very sure that you'll be able to sell your cryptocurrency and get maybe if you want to convert it back to fiat currency, you can do that in very short, limited time. And one of the bad things with investing in cryptocurrencies at the moment should be technical difficulties, right? So if you're using centralized exchanges, they can face technical difficulties that might affect your trading experiences. And then last but not the least is security, like I mentioned before, especially with decentralized exchanges, right? That um, a lot of people are out there to and scam people. So you just have to be very diligent. Then choosing the right cryptocurrency exchange, I just listed some of the things to look out for before choosing the right cryptocurrency exchange. One of the things would be the fees, right? And it's very important. You don't want to use a cryptocurrency exchange that takes all your money in the name of fees. And then convenience payment methods. You have to check if the payment methods apply to your country, apply to you, and things like that. Then ease of use. If the platform is not easy for you, you don't understand what you're seeing, I would advise that you try out another exchange. Then brand credibility, of course, Vanita just asked something related to that. Brand credibility is very important because in the past we've had exchanges just shut down and the owners just run away with the money. So it's very important that you prioritize brand credibility. Don't just use any exchange because the exchange is available. Then the KYC process, like I said, some some exchanges require some documentation. If you don't have some of the documents they have or and things like that, you can switch to another exchange. And of course, good customer care. You want to know that when you have issues, that there is someone out there that is willing to help you. So these are just some of the things to look out for while in your quest of searching for the right cryptocurrency exchange. So I'm actually done with talking about cryptocurrency. The next slide we'll be talking about NFT, just a brief summary of what NFT is all about. So I don't know, Banita, if you have any questions that you want to ask before we go over to NFTs.
Yeah, I have a few questions. So
Yeah,
I think like an important thing that you were talking about was the importance of choosing the right exchange and how sometimes exchanges can just disappear, right? And all
yeah,
of the money or cryptocurrency that you're holding on that
yeah,
exchange is gone. So as far as, if you were going to planning on buying cryptocurrency and holding it for a while, um,
yeah.
it wouldn't be smart to keep it on an exchange, regardless of that brand credibility, right? You would better off be moving it to your own personal digital wallet or like a paper wallet or something like that instead, correct?
Yes, so because you just never know. That's why a lot of people also prefer to use decentralized exchanges because you're definitely sure that you wake up tomorrow, you wake up in the next 20 years and your coins are still there waiting for you. But like I we also mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, Coinbase has currently listed on the New York Stock Exchange. So I feel that gives them a lot of credibility, and I guess many people don't see them going away soon. But yes, I agree with you. It's actually quite safer to put your coins in a decentralized exchange using your wallet.
And then there's services like Well Simple or Robinhood that allow you to trade crypto, like trade your fiat for Ethereum or Bitcoin. I think
Mm-hmm.
Robinhood has Doge as well. But in those cases, technically that crypto isn't yours, right? It only
Yeah.
you're only able to trade it on their platform, and when you want to pull out, you're going to take it out in fiat. So what are the benefits of that or pros and cons of that if you're going in that direction instead, if you truly just want to trade and don't have any use for the actual other use cases?
Yes, so for that, it's I would say it's very that's very favorable to traders, right? Because traders are literally just there to trade on the numbers. Not everybody is interested in actually holding the actual currency. So if you're someone who's just looking to trade the numbers, then that's a good way for you to go. But if you're someone that literally wants to have these currencies, then you should use platforms that allow you to own cryptocurrencies. That's basically it in a nutshell.
So you're kind of putting your trust towards, if you're doing it that way, your trust is on that platform that they will keep your crypto yours per se until you decide to trade it out. We have a question from one of our audience members. I know you mentioned hype and shitcoins. So, what do
Yeah,
you think of Dogecoin and all of the hype related to Dogecoin that we've seen in this past
yeah.
few weeks, even?
It's you know the it's the things that happen in the cryptocurrency world sometimes just really funny to see because Dogecoin actually started off as a joke, right? It was literally a joke. and Elon Musk just came and built some hype around it, and right now it's actually competing with Bitcoin, right? Personally, um, I know a lot of people, or quite a number of people, have actually made money on Dogecoin. So once again, if you're a trader, right, like just looking to go in and go out, Dogecoin would have been a very good opportunity for you to make some quick money, because things like that currently do happen in the cryptocurrency world. But as regards the long term, right now, I can't even tell you the use case of Dogecoin, because it's actually, like I said, it started off as a joke. So unlike Ethereum, that you can tell, okay, this is what the Ethereum blockchain is used for. There's currently nothing like that for Doge at the moment. So currently, I would say it's just a lot of traders playing in that space. But you never know what can happen in the future. That's basically what I think about that.
So basically, you probably have it's like a lottery at this point with Dogecoin, but you might have better chances with Dogecoin than the actual lottery, maybe. We have another question. What are the trusted apps available in Canada for crypto investment? I mentioned a
Yeah,
few for Canada. ShakePay is one. You just want to buy and trade. Coinberry is another. Binance, Coinbase, and What's Simple. It's just those are just a few off of the top of my head. I know you're
yeah,
based in Nigeria, so I probably just have a little bit more knowledge of the specific Canadian ones. But if you want
yeah,
to add any more
yeah.
to that, feel free.
Yes, the few I mentioned initially, I was considering Canada when I mentioned them: Coinbase,
Mm-hmm.
Cash App, Uniswap, then the ones you mentioned as well.
Mm-hmm. Are there any more questions before we move on to NFTs? Give them a moment. I think we're good to go.
All right, so NFTs. I think NFTs is pretty. What happens there is it's pretty simple. Basically, NFT is non fungible tokens. That's basically what NFT stands for. And NFT was created as a marketplace for creatives. So just imagine an online store, right, where an artist goes on to um, put up his or her painting and say they want to sell it, right? Or a musician puts up his song and says he wants to sell it, or someone just puts up. But the thing with NFT is that things like tweets can actually be put up as an NFT. It's almost like anything now can actually be an NFT, and we've seen a lot of people making money just putting up random things as NFT, right? But the core of NFT is for creatives. So if you're someone that draws, sings, all of that, you write anything, and you want your artwork, or whatever it is you're creating, to gain some traction, and you want to sell it, NFT is where to go. Actually, published a video on my YouTube channel that literally shows how to um, um, fund, how to create NFTs on the decentralized exchange. So the next slide here is just talking about trying to give tips for creatives looking to break into the NFT industry. The first thing is you have to leverage on the NFT community. There are people that are known for investing in NFTs. There are actually groups there are NFT groups on Telegram. So if you can join one or two groups, if you can speak to one or two NFT investors, or even people that publish their work on NFT successfully and get them sold, leverage on that network, and you'll be able to make some waves as an NFT, as a creator using the NFT space. then of course stay authentic with what you have to offer. You just have to be consistent and market yourself, because at the end of the day nobody's going to market you the way you market yourself. There's no difference. Being your artwork being on an NFT is no different. It's no different with your artwork being on an online store. You still have to market yourself. You still have to put in the work. So that's basically it. Actually, okay, we've come to the end of my presentation. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you definitely should. So, Anita?
Yeah, I have a few questions about NFTs. So they kind of
Yeah,
act almost as if like a copyright, like a digital copyright of whatever content these people are producing. Is
yeah.
that correct?
So basically, what happens in NFT is there's actually, based on your question, I think I just mentioned that there might be an issue happening right now that has not been solved, and that issue is that some people then take like artworks that are not for them and bring it to and then create an NFT version for it. That's one issue that has not yet been. I don't think there's a solution for that now. But obviously, when you're creating an NFT, you're the there is no other replica. There's no other same NFT anywhere on the blockchain. So if you're creating an NFT, let's say you're creating an NFT of your drawing, you can then decide how many of that NFT do you want to create. So you can make like you can create that drawing 2 times, 3 times, 100 times. It depends on how many of that NFTs you want to have. But aside what you have created yourself, there is no duplicate anywhere else. So
Okay.
what that happen is that it's as you're the owner of that NFT, it stores on the ledger that okay, this person is the owner of the NFT. And I think it's also important to mention how creatives are also being helped. So basically, if I create an NFT, right, and I sell it, and I sell it obviously. If the person who bought the NFT from me sells it, I still get a commission from it. So and that goes on forever and ever. So as long as people are keep selling your NFTs, you keep getting something at in return. So I think that's very important to add if you're wondering what are the advantages of putting your work out there as an NFT.
So this is just a really good opportunity for artists and content creators to kind of take back their work,
Yeah,
and make sure that they get credit for it on in the digital space and in the globalized space. I think that's really awesome.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I know you mentioned that you have a video about how the process of how you make an NFT. We have a little bit more time if you want to quickly go over that. I think that would be really interesting for our viewers, and then we can just do a quick question and answer towards the very end.
Okay. Um, you mean like playing the video on my channel or?
No, 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 no. Just speak about the steps if you have them off the top of your head. If you don't, it's not a problem. If you
Yes,
know the
it's actually
process.
something. It's something that you have to show. But basically, you just go to openseas.io. There, but you have to have a wallet. Basically, I use MetaMask wallet. So you just go to openseas.io. Then I think from there you just be able to navigate your way through. It's something that you have to see as I show you. There are no step by
Steps.
step.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense. So there's one more question. I think this was related to trading on platforms that don't really allow you to actually own the crypto because you're just trading it. And they
yeah.
said, since we are trading on their platforms, is it better just to have a ledger instead?
I'm not quite sure I understand this person's question.
If this audience member is still watching, if you could give us some clarification. In the meantime, if anyone else has some more questions, feel free to ask them, and we'll wrap things up soon. So, did you invest in Dogecoin?
No, I did not invest in Dogecoin. Um, for me, I don't consider myself a trader. I like to invest in what I understand that has value. So, some of the coins I'm actually invested in is Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, because I know at heart what they're trying to solve, right? What's problem they are trying to solve. Then, of course, there are also some DeFi projects that one can also get invested in as well. But as for Doge, I did not get in on Doge. Um, well, people did make money from it anyway,
Yes, yeah, there
and
are.
people also lost a lot of money from it as well.
Okay, so they clarified, and they just meant like, uh, is it a ledger to hold the coins in a wallet that you hold physically and not on the platforms?
Uh,
So I think, okay, so there's two sort of exchanges. There's ones where you're only putting in your fiat, buying crypto and trading crypto. When you decide to cash out, you cash out in fiat. So you
yeah,
technically will never have control over that crypto other in that specific area. The second way you can do it is with a regular exchange where you can put your money onto the exchange, buy whatever crypto you want, and trade it and take it out as crypto or fiat. If you're not planning on trading that crypto often, uh, then you shouldn't keep it on a exchange. It's not safe. Even if it's like the best one, there's hacks. So yes, if you don't want to trade it and you just want to hold it, it's really smart just to get yourself a paper wallet or like a offline secure wallet. That's just like the best way to be secure. Hopefully that answers
yeah,
your question. Yeah.
hopefully.
Okay. Uh, any other questions? I think that looks like it's everything. Well, thank you so
Mm,
much. Oh, okay, great. We answered it.
all
Just say
right,
thank
great.
you. We're
Yeah.
good. um, Anyways, yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Again, to all our viewers, if you guys want to learn more about cryptocurrency, check out the Roadside Investor on YouTube or her website. Um, and if you ever need to send money abroad, check out www.remitbee.com as well as Currency Exchange. Hope you guys all have a happy Friday and a wonderful weekend. And thank you again, Shazam.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.